So it has been a long past couple of years, election cycles, something like that. And today is election day. Just so that we're clear, just in case anyone asks, I'm going to go down to my polling station as soon as I finish recording this video and go vote for Joe Biden for president. Not because I like Joe Biden or because I think that he's good for this country, but because I think that he is less awful for the country and, more importantly, for the world than Donald John fucking Trump. I'm not endorsing Joe Biden. Saying that one side is not a fascist, or one side is the lesser fascist, is not an endorsement. I've decided that I want the country to continue for maybe a little bit longer, because I don't want widespread violence. That's not something I want. But every other position that it is possible to, I am going to vote for the Green Party, because I am still very, very disenchanted with the Democratic Party, and yeah, I'm mad at them. But that's not exactly what I want to talk about. I want to talk about, there are people, especially online, that I hear talking about, why is it that the only thing people encourage you to do is to go out and vote? That is a criticism I see from a lot of far left or post-left people. And I'm here to explain that, because there's two reasons. The first reason is that, the first and maybe the more important reason is that it is very dangerous to do anything other than encourage voting. And when I say anything other than encourage voting, I mean up to and including going out to protests and rallies. Like, I'm well-ish known around the community, or around the city, for being part of the left in general. I've been involved with BLM since 2016. I've been made marshals and rallies and stuff since 2014. And, people know me. And that has made things difficult for me. It has made it very difficult to find work, because people won't hire me, or will find out who I am and fire me because of my political, because of the political actions I do. I was told once that, one of the companies that I worked for only a few days were worried that I was going to form a union if they thought that I was dissatisfied with their practices, which I would have too, yeah. So they're not wrong about that. That's to say nothing of, like, people trying to get more radical ideas out there and how they're treated. Like, I don't have to explain to anyone what happened to Fred Hampton, do I? And people don't want to deal with that. Like, if you catch me in public, I'll talk about radical fucking ideas that I have. And I have some pretty radical fucking ideas. But publicly, I try to measure that out. Because fucking shit's bad out there. You know, people are getting grabbed off the streets, right? And we can't help anyone if we can't help ourselves. I can't help anyone from a prison cell, right? And the second, and I believe a more morally important thing, is that getting people to vote is getting people to do actions. Getting people accustomed to the idea that they can use political power. I have a script about normal ass people where I talk about this at greater length, but a lot of regular people, a lot of people you'll go out and talk to, they believe that the government should just work, for them. It is almost an aspirational idea. It is aspirational to not have to worry about whether or not the government will fuck you. And a lot of people are realizing that, the government is fucking them, and they don't like it. So what you ought to want to do is bring these people to a point where they're ready to use political power maybe in starting in small ways, and voting is a very small thing ultimately. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna tell you that your vote's gonna get counted. I'm not gonna tell you that your vote's going to matter. Trump could decide that he won the election in spite of losing every fucking electoral college vote. And what's going to happen then? I don't fucking know. I mean, I have some ideas, but it's if you can get people to come out and vote, then you can get people to come out and do other things. If you can get people to come out to vote, maybe you can get some of them to come out to a rally. If you can get some of them to come out to a rally, maybe you can get some of them to come together for, a food drive. And if you can get some of them to come together for a food drive, maybe you can get some of those people to come together and start planning other things, other protests and rallies and stuff. That's how these things happen. And yeah, people don't like exercising. Regular people don't like exercising political power because they see it as skeevy. Because they see it as being oppressive, which, I mean, that's from their experience. When political pressure is used on regular-ass people, it is necessarily oppressive. But if you can get them to do that, if you can get past that block, then you can get people to figure out how they want things to change. Yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. I'll say it out. If you enjoyed this video, if you found anything about it valuable or entertaining or informative, then go out and vote.